Do you remember that one show with the kid? He has glasses and he's kind of a genius, and his sister's blonde and kind of annoying, and he has all these inventions, and it's funny at first, but then boom, disastrous things happen. And then it's an absolute classic. In the world of cartoon and animation, there's only one show that fits this description, and that's Dexter's Laboratory. You think you know the show, but you don't. You don't, because Cartoon Network, when they made this show, they made one episode so controversial, it was locked away, never meant to be seen by the public. Today, we're going to be looking into this dark and untold story, the lost episode of Dexter's Laboratory. Cartoon Network never, ever wanted you to see. The episode begins with Dexter in his lab. Nothing out of the ordinary here though, right? He's working on his latest invention, which as usual is something only a genius child with his way too much time and technology would think of. This time, it's the rude removal system, a machine designed to remove the rudeness from anyone who steps inside it. Edgy coming in and ruining the tubes of something that Dexter is working on, and it blows his hair into a black mess, which it then turns back into orange. And so she asks Dexter, what's this new invention he's working on? Is it a robot? Is it a this? Is it a that? What is it?
Shut up! So you want to know what my ingenious invention is, do you? This machine has the ability to remove and contain the most annoying personality trait known to man. Rudeness. The rude removal system.
And basically he simplifies it by showing her an equation. If you remove the rudeness from Dee, it equals happy Dexter. In a way, he built this machine so that he can make his sister no longer annoying. This is really smart.
It is you that is rude. No, you. No, you. You.
You're right, Dexter. I am the rude one. See?
Then they go back and forth saying, no, you are the rude one. No, I'm the rude, yeah. And then she kicks Dexter into the air, flies, and hits the red button on his machine, which activates the rude removal process. And then they start fighting, and boom, she hits Dexter into the machine, and she jumps in there to continue fighting him. And then
rude removal procedure beginning now.
Boom, they realize they're trapped and that the process is starting. The removal is occurring.
It's a smashing success.
Quite. Like I said before, it takes the rudeness of a person, removes it, and then contains it.
And so the process is complete. The rude was extracted. Dee says, hey, good job, Dexter. And then they realize these two others coming from the other tube. And they say this.
Where the are we?
Beats the out of me.
They're not bleeping this. They're not bleeping this at all. Oh my God, how did this end up on TV? No way.
You're in Dexter's laboratory, silly. I'm Dexter, and this golden-haired angel behind me is my charming sister, Dee.
What the heck? Like, no wonder.
Yeah, here's your apology.
Yeah, it's lunchtime.
Now we move on to the kitchen scene, and this is where things get crazy.
I'm starving.
Because Rude Dexter and Rude Dee are going around. They're gonna go get lunch, and then they're just like being absolute nasty, disgusting. They're just saying all these swear words. They're saying the F word, the S word. If I said it on YouTube, I would get demonetized.
Oh, what do you think, Dexter?
I think it tastes like.
Rude Dexter takes a step further and tells Mom that her food tastes like, let's just say something you shouldn't say to your mom. And he spits the food right on her. Like, I mean, that's messed up, man. Cartoon Network, you are crazy.
I got to find some food. Come to Papa.
Absolutely not. You cannot have any dessert.
Why? You want it all to yourself?
So at this point, things are getting out of hand. Rude Dee and Rude Dexter have destroyed the kitchen. They're absolutely going mayhem. They're causing a huge mess, and the mom is just sitting there watching this, and then boom, she has enough. She tells them to stop and go to her room, and this is how Dexter responds.
Look, lady, that's cute and all, but let me tell you something. I make my own rules.
They later just walk out of the kitchen after talking off the mom, poor mom, and they bump into the nice versions of themselves. and they're talking. They're like, hey, look, mom wants to speak to you guys. And they're like, oh, the nice ones are like realizing, oh, okay, oh, we have to talk to mom. We have to find out what she wants. And then the rude ones just go upstairs and be like, hey, yeah,
We're gonna go your lab.
how, Cartoon Network, how did you make this? How do you... The nice versions of Dexter and Dee Dee realize they have inherited the chore of cleaning the kitchen, and while they start doing it, they hear noises coming from the upstairs, and it's probably those two crazy ones in the laboratory messing it up, just as they said they would.
Got it! And it's a pip of an idea, too. We'll leave a note. Ah, yes.
They leave a note for the mom, and they head upstairs to the lab. They go upstairs, and we see this scene where the rude Dexter is shooting a gun and destroying things, and then Dee Dee's throwing vial bottles and other tools around, and the whole thing is being destroyed. And the nice versions of Dexter and Dee Dee just go up there and say,
Excuse me, sir and madam, but you must stop this senseless destruction now.
hey guys, you need to stop. You need to please stop. You must stop doing this, please. Rude Dexter starts shooting at the polite Dexter and Dee Dee. He's having too much fun, so Dee Dee asks him, hey, let me play with that real quick. Let me shoot some people.
Let me play with that!
You're too stupid to use it, you moron.
And he's like, no, you don't know how to use it, you It's getting good. It's getting good.
I have an idea. Well, it's a little bit blue.
Well, let's hear it anyway.
So Dexter comes up with a genius idea. I'm talking about the nice one this time. He comes up with an idea, tells Dee Dee, and whispers in her ear, be like, hey, this idea. And she's like, oh, that's wonderful. And so they just go and start executing the plan.
Hope nobody goes into the rude removal system where they could duplicate themselves, and then there could possibly be millions of rude fellows running around. Yeah!
The plan was actually quite smart. He thought that, let's trick those two that are super rude into thinking that if they went back into the rude removal machine, that they can duplicate themselves and make a bunch of rude people. And that kind of makes sense because those rude Dexter and Dee Dee are just thinking, hey, how can we cause more destruction, more mess? And so it worked. They tricked them into going to the machine.
Rude removal reversal system activated.
So the plan worked, and then Dexter's like, I'm glad that was over. And his sister says, like, well, you should never built that in the first place. And then they walk around and they realize, uh-oh.
Now to clean those filthy mouths.
Oh,
And that's where it ends. This episode was super duper duper foul. Too much cursing, man. Too much cursing. There are a few Easter eggs that Cartoon Network sneaked into this episode. So the first one is, Dee Dee mentions the remote control that turns people into animals. That's a direct callback to the pilot episode Changes.
Drink right? Or a remote control that can turn you into animals? Or is it just another dumb robot?
The mom also almost drops the bowl, and she makes a quick reference to Betsy Crockett. It's basically a playful nod to Betty Crocker, the famous cooking brand at the time.
A recipe that I found in a Betsy Crocker magazine.
The rude versions of Dexter and Dee Dee, they had like a very thick New York accent. And the nice versions spoke with some English accents that could play into some interesting, if not controversial stereotypes. So Cartoon Network said, no, this is not good. Because of his controversy, Rude Removal has become a cult classic among fans. Finally released online years later, and it immediately went viral. Fans loved the edgier, more mature humor that was very different from the usual tone of Dexter's Laboratory, and memes and discussions and fan recreations of the episode started popping up all over the internet. I think this episode was the most surprising Cartoon Network. I have never seen this, and I am the man who makes Lost episodes and reads all these crazy stories online, and I've never seen this episode, Rude Removal, a legit Lost episode. Imagine if this episode came out, well, the schools would be flooded with swear words and more bad, rude kids basically all over the place. It's like, what are they teaching you with this episode? I don't think they're teaching you anything good. So anyways, guys, if you like this, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.